Inflot Universal is a pioneer company which maritime activities began with the organization of bulk handling in the external routes of Kerch Sea Trading Port in 1995, thereby connecting the first cargo flows from the Kama, the Don and the Volga River basins in the Kerch Strait for transshipment the goods to the large sea vessels with the subsequent cargo delivery to various ports worldwide. The Inflot Universal Company is a member of national and international professional associations of forwarders and agents. The International Federation of Freight Forwarders Association (FIATA), the Association of Maritime Agencies of Ukraine (AMAU), the Association of International Freight Forwarders of Ukraine (AMEU), a member of a Chamber of Commerce in Ukraine. The Inflot Universal Company provides the following services: acting as an agency of sea and river vessels in ports, on the roads and in transit on the Kerch-Unikalsky Channel, organization of loose and liquid cargo in the external routes of Kerch Port and depth up to 20 meters, freight forwarding in ports and on the routes, and also provides customs brokerage services. This short video will demonstrate the sequence of actions in the technological process chain completed by the company committed to liquid cargo oil from the vessel to another. After receiving the request to perform activities in connection with transporting of the liquid cargo, the company is working to harmonize staging storage tanker with the release of his points, a tanker in the waters of the external overload rate and equipping it with the necessary STS equipment. According to the Ukraine's Cabinet of Ministers Regulation number 606, dated August 21, 2013, the waters of external reload route, hereinafter simply external route, were assigned in favor of Kerch Sea Fishing Port State Enterprise in order to handle transit cargo from one vessel to another in the closed borders. The external route lies in the southern part of Kerch Strait in the distance of 18 nautical miles from the port, which is bounded by lines connecting the following coordinates shown on the screen. The employees of the technical department of the company Inflot Universal, after receiving a work order to perform reloading of oil products (STS) operations in the external route, prepare funder and hose equipment, radio communication equipment and office equipment to deliver the transit vessels. All STS delivered equipment has valid certificates of Russian Maritime Register of Shipping. Then, the agent organizes the tug border closure, which delivers equipment for the tanker. According to the Kerch Sea Fishing Port basic regulations, during mooring operations it is necessary to involve pilots and tugs. Only sea pilots of the state enterprise Delta Pilot can provide piloted services at the request of the agent. The mandatory use of the following number of tugs shown on the screen is established for mooring tankers to the tanker anchored in the external route. This video demonstrates the production of the tanker deadweight of 100,000 tons. The 3 tugs are used to carry out mooring operations in conformity with the above-mentioned rules and regulations. The technical department employs install the equipment of vessel drivers and secure it considering the characteristics of each vessel and the design features planned for loading and unloading of incoming vessels in order of their safe mooring of vessels and avoiding the clashing of the vessels into one another. The hose equipment is installed on board of the storage tanker in accordance with the cargo plan and the design of the ships. During the cargo operations, the worker further monitors the pressure in the hose lines in order to avoid over-limit values, as well as the positions of the hoses in the constantly changing sediment vessels. Cargo operations are carried out in conformity with the requirements of Chapter 11, the Ship Operations of the International Safety Guide for Oil Tankers and Terminals, ISGOTT, the guidelines for the transfer from one vessel to another oil products, the current technological port map, and considering the recommendations of the captain of storage tanker. Throughout the entire process of cargo operations, the technical department employee monitors of status of the weather forecast via the internet and considering factual conditions. If there is a significant worsening of the weather conditions, he informs the vessel captains to undertake urgent actions to stop the cargo operations with the possible disembarking of vessels and the condition of all the equipment involved in cargo operations. The agent residing on the storage tanker coordinates the activities among all the participants of the STS operations. Before commencing the cargo operations, the vessel captains conduct the risk assessment in accordance with the vessel's guidelines on risk assessment of vessel hazardous works. Captains fill sheets of control of operational safety in accordance with the guidelines of the oil products transfer from one vessel to another. According to the bylaws, the Kerch fishing port in the area of cargo handling operations is equipped with the 2 emergency tugs, one of which is a firefighter, and an ecological post equipped with the boom and the means of collecting and disposing of petroleum products in case of accidental spillage. The cargo hoses used for oil pumping are specially designed and made in consideration of this type of cargo and meet the requirements of Chapter 18 Cargo Handling Equipment of the International Safety Guide for Oil Tankers and Terminals, ISGOTT, the guidelines of the oil products transfer from one vessel to another, and the manual for moving, storing, inspecting, and testing of hoses in an operational environment. After completing the STS operations and clearing the cargo documents, the pilot and the required number of tugs conduct the embarking of the tanker. The technical workers conduct the embarking and prepare the equipment for its transportation to the port of destination. After the departure of the vessel from the export storage tanker, the company agent, who is situated on the bank, continues to carry out the instructions of the cargo and/or vessel owner, provides the forming and sending the mail in electronic and hard copy form, scanning the documents, collecting of accounts with all the supporting documents for the use of the anchor space pilot services, towing company services, fire services, and the services of the tug radio communication, STRC. As a result of this, a final disbursement account for the subsequent presentation to the vessel or cargo owner is ready, and the monitoring of the received and further allocated funds for services is rendered. Thus, the company Inflot Universal takes on a large number of tasks associated with cargo transit in the Kerch Strait. We guarantee safety, reliability, quality, professionalism, and guarding your interests today, tomorrow, and always. Depending on the scope of work and weather conditions, during the STS handling, equipment comes into disrepair. company replaces all damaged equipment by repaired a new one. The damaged equipment is delivered to the repair enterprises, where the annual or overhaul repair is done. Cargo hoses used during cargo operations when transferring a ship to ship according to all regulations undergo an annual survey that includes hydraulic analysis, tests for visual damage and electrostatics, followed by obtaining a certificate.